asked me to personally come here and read to you.
What's up, WWE fans? You're watching Wrestling Edge Files, where every slam and surprise matters. Subscribe now and let's roll in. Tonight's episode of Raw was more than just another stop on the road to Wrestlemania. It might have shifted the very balance of power in WWE. Backstage, an unexpected scene unfolded that had fans talking long after the broadcast ended. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar were caught on camera meeting with a mysterious figure. No one knows who this man is, why he's here, or what Heyman is planning. But one thing is clear, when Paul Heyman begins making moves behind the scenes, something significant is always on the horizon. The build-up. Heyman's quiet. Urgency Raw opened with an air of tension, and it didn't take long for viewers to sense something unusual was brewing. For days, rumors circulated that Paul Heyman was quietly reshaping his influence within WWE. Following the fallout from Survivor Series, where alliances were broken and loyalties tested, Heyman appeared to be plotting his next strategic step. What happened tonight, however, went far beyond speculation. During the second hour of Raw, cameras captured Heyman walking through a restricted backstage hallway. He wasn't accompanied by Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, or anyone else familiar. He was alone, speaking intently into his phone, his tone urgent and deliberate. This was a different side of Heyman, focused, calculating, and clearly driven by a plan that demanded immediate attention. Brock Lesnar arrives. The moment that truly turned heads came when Brock Lesnar appeared. Known for his dominance and unmatched intensity, Lesnar's presence alone is a major statement. He has spent his career as a force of nature in WWE, leaving a path of destruction in his wake. But tonight, it wasn't just a matter of Lesnar's presence. It was who he was meeting with that made this scene so captivating. Heyman paused in the hallway and gestured for someone to step forward. Out of the shadows came a tall, imposing figure dressed entirely in black, hooded, and with no identifying features. There were no introductions, no small talk, only a sense of purpose. The mystery man exuded an aura that suggested he was here to make a statement and not to take part in anything casual or ceremonial. The whisper that sparked speculation. Heyman lowered his head and whispered something to the mysterious figure. Brock stood nearby, arms crossed, observing with the focused intensity he is known for. Lesnar doesn't often show approval casually, so when he nodded toward this newcomer, fans took notice. It was a signal that this man was someone to be reckoned with, someone who could potentially shift the dynamics of WWE. The fragment of dialogue caught on camera was brief, but it was enough to ignite speculation. He's ready. Fans immediately flooded social media with questions. Who is ready? Ready for what? And ready for whom? Every detail from this backstage encounter suggested that something significant was being set in motion, though the full scope remained a mystery. Theories and speculation. Almost immediately, theories began to emerge. Some fans believe this is Heyman's strategic plan against Roman Reigns. Others speculate that Lesnar and Heyman might be forming a new partnership that could dominate WWE storylines in the months to come. Some even suggest the mystery man is a future champion, being carefully guided and supported by one of the most influential figures in WWE. There is also a growing conversation about whether this could signal a targeted move aimed at a particular competitor, though nothing has been confirmed. What made the scene even more compelling was the manner in which it ended. WWE security approached the area, yet Heyman waved them off with confidence, showing the authority and influence he wields backstage. The mystery man, with an intense, focused gaze, moved close to Brock before disappearing down the hallway. The implication was clear. This figure was not here for casual interaction or a debut match. He was here for something bigger, something meant to impact the WWE landscape. A sense of purpose and power. The brief encounter conveyed a sense of controlled power. Heyman and Lesnar have long been masters of creating intrigue and tension, and tonight was no exception. Heyman's whispered words, Lesnar's approving nod, and the mystery man's silent intensity suggested a calculated plan had already begun. Each action was deliberate, creating suspense without revealing the full picture. For Heyman, This is familiar territory. He has built a reputation as someone who guides talent, shapes narratives, and strategically positions wrestlers to achieve maximum impact. Lesnar, meanwhile, brings the force and credibility that can immediately elevate any storyline or competitor. Together, even in a brief backstage scene, they created an aura of inevitability. Something significant is coming. The unanswered questions. Despite the intrigue, Raw left viewers with more questions than answers. Heyman disappeared after the encounter, Lesnar did not appear in the ring, and the mystery man remained unseen. The broadcast acknowledged the footage but offered no explanation. This leaves fans in suspense. What exactly are Heyman and Lesnar planning? Is this new figure being aligned with them long term? Is he being prepared for a championship path or a specific confrontation? The uncertainty is precisely the tool Heyman wields best, keeping everyone guessing while the real plan unfolds behind the scenes. Implications for WWE. The potential consequences for WWE are significant. A new partnership or alliance between Heyman, Lesnar, and this unknown figure could reshape storylines, championship opportunities, and even the dynamics between top talent. Any move Heyman makes is intentional, often elevating wrestlers, introducing compelling story arcs, or creating unexpected rivalries. Fans are now left to watch carefully as the presence of this mystery man, combined with Heyman's guidance and Lesnar's approval, could signal the introduction of one of the most impactful storylines in recent WWE memory. The suspense is compounded by the fact that none of these events were addressed in the ring, leaving the narrative entirely open-ended and speculative. A storm on the horizon. One thing is certain, WWE is entering a period of unpredictability. Paul Heyman thrives in these moments of uncertainty, shaping narratives from behind the scenes and orchestrating pivotal shifts in power. Brock Lesnar's presence adds legitimacy and danger, signaling that whatever unfolds will carry weight and consequence. And the mystery man, whose identity remains unknown, carries an aura that suggests big things are ahead. This moment is a reminder that in WWE, backstage actions can be just as compelling as in-ring matches. The intrigue, strategy, and suspense created tonight will likely ripple through storylines leading into Royal Rumble and Wrestlemania. The foundation of this potential new alliance, or strategic move, is already being laid, and it's clear that Heyman is at the center, pulling the strings with precision. Conclusion. A new chapter begins. Tonight's Raw offered more questions than answers, but it also provided a glimpse into a potentially game-changing storyline. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar's actions suggest that WWE is on the cusp of a new era. The mysterious figure, quietly introduced, carries the promise of disruption, excitement, and impact. While the full story remains a secret, the seeds planted tonight are enough to keep fans speculating, debating, and eagerly anticipating what comes next. WWE's landscape may be about to shift in dramatic ways, and Heyman, as always, appears to be the mastermind behind it. The future is uncertain, but the intrigue is undeniable. Tonight's Raw reminded everyone that when Paul Heyman acts, the consequences are always worth watching.